Hello everyone, you're watching Coding with Bobby, and we are into our ultimate fast API series from zero to hero for beginners. And today we're going to discuss why you should learn fast API, and that too in 2024. Is it that viable? And is it the best framework of this year? Well, to be honest, if I had to be the judge, I'll say yes. This is the best, or at least one of the best for me. Yeah. And the reasons are too many. And to just sum up, we'll just go to the official documentation. And that's what I love in the frameworks. We can just go to the documentation for everything. Yeah. So fast API is high performance, easy to learn, fast to code, ready for production. Yeah, the first line says it all. And they're not just bluffing it, they actually mean it. Yeah. Fast API gives very high performance and it's on par with Node.js and Go. Yeah, and like if you see the previous frameworks of Python, that the most famous one, Django, it edges out Django by a very big margin. Yeah, and thanks to Starlette and Pydantic libraries that makes this possible. We'll go through it, what Starlette and Pydantic, how it's making this fast API so high performance. We'll check it out. And it's fast to code. Yeah, it's really fast to code. When we'll start coding in it, you'll see how easily you can just start writing the code, how easily you can just start the server, you can write a single route. It just doesn't take more than a minute to get started with it. Fewer bugs, intuitive, easy, and all standards. Yeah, this is what we should see. Fast API is fully compatible and compliant with the standards of OpenAPI. Now, OpenAPI is nothing, it's just the norms and standards that are set while you're creating the HTTP or REST APIs. Yeah, Django wasn't compatible with it, but Fast API is fully compliant with it. When we start coding, you'll see how this is compatible with it. And it's also compatible with JSON schema. Yeah, this is also important. We'll see that when we come to the features of Fast API, how this is so compliant with JSON schema. And these small features just makes it so super easy and so super awesome. So let's just come to some features of it. Now, as we have discussed, it's compliant with OpenAPI, JSON schema. Yeah, and this is the best thing, automatic docs. Yeah, this is one thing that was missing in the prior uh, Python web frameworks. Yeah, even in Django it was missing. Yeah, and I really much needed it. For those of you who do not know what a Swagger UI is, Swagger UI is an interactive UI that just lists out all your APIs that you have created, and it's just a playground. You can just play around with your APIs. You can just post your data. You need not go to any terminal to test out your APIs, or you need not just download the Postman and use it. No, you can just do it from the browser. It gives you on the local host when you run the server. That's why the Swagger UI is so powerful. Comes built in with our Fast API. Now next, Redog is just built on top of Swagger UI. I really don't like it that much, but you can go through it if you want. It's also super nice. Yeah, this is really important and one of the best features of Fast API as well. When you're writing this Fast API code, you're just writing plain, neat, and clean Python. You're not writing any new syntax. Yeah, there's no need to write any new syntax. Like we'll And thanks to Pydantic for it. What's Pydantic? Pydantic is nothing but it's just validates your data. Suppose you want to create any object, or suppose you want to create a user object. See, it's so super easy that the way you can create with Fast API and Pydantic. This is what Pydantic is and how it makes Fast API so super easy. Yeah, so there's no need to learn any new syntax for it. Editor support, yeah, as usual for every framework these days. And what else can be the best point of it? Dependency injection, as we have seen in Spring Boot as well. Okay, Starlette features, yeah. Starlette. So Fast API is not just fully compatible, but it is based on top of Starlette. So now what's Starlette? Starlette is a lightweight ASGI framework ideal for building async web services in Python. Okay, this might not seem the easiest way, but ASGI is nothing but it's a async gateway which handles all your requests, and it transmits your request to the required piece of code. So it's a framework which is used to handle the request, and it's super fast. And Python is, and not Python, but FastAPI is based on it. So you can take the Starlette is just a ASGI framework to handle your request asynchronously. Yeah. So FastAPI is based on it. That's why it's so super fast, and it has got WebSocket support as well. And what else? We can go to Pydantic features we have already discussed. Yeah. So these all points makes it the best framework of 2024 for me. And there's not just this. There's one more thing that we are missing, that is the integration with SQL Alchemy. Suppose you want to integrate your FastAPI app with PostgreSQL or Mongo or MySQL, anyone, you can just directly use this SQL Alchemy, and you can use its object relational mapper. Now, object relational mapper, it's a big topic in itself, but I'll just give you a brief idea about it. Like suppose you want to create a table, and then you want to add some entries into it in SQL via your FastAPI app. So now you need not write any SQL code for that. You can just create the objects. You can just write these Pydantic models in your FastAPI, and SQL Alchemy will directly map it into the table and add the rows or the entries. So you need not worry about anything about SQL. You can even manage the relation foreign keys, many-to-many mappings, or one-to-many, like that. So it's just super awesome feature. But not just that, if you see FastAPI is being used by Uber, Netflix, Microsoft, and the list is endless. Even I have myself used FastAPI in the corporate, and it's so super easy and super fast. And the best part is it's always ready for production. You need not do something out of the box to make it ready for production. You can anytime use it. Yeah. So according to me, you should definitely learn FastAPI this year. If you're a college student or a professional, you just go for it. Yeah. Thank you.